Hello friends, remember the first session with pointers? We had an introduction, we had a brief introduction to pointers. So we talked about what a pointer is, why it should be used, what is an address, all these simple things. In this session, mainly we will talk about referencing, that is addressing, and dereferencing. These two are again extremely important to understand. So friends, let's go on, let's start with that. Remember, when I talked about the symbols, I talked about two symbols, ampersand and asterisk. Okay, be very familiar with these two sessions, and it's not that you are not knowing the what do you say, symbols. You have used it so many times, you are so used to it, but still then there are problems in here. That's the reason I'm telling you, and of course we'll discuss all those places where these problems might be. Getting it? Now, ampersand is called what? Address of operator. Remember that. It gives you the address of a variable. I repeat again, it gives you the address of a variable. It is a operator which is called monolithic. The word this you will hear at some places. Monolithic. Monolithic simply means it can be used singularly. A single ampersand you can use at a time. You cannot use more than one ampersand. Remember that. That's the reason it is called monolithic. Okay. Now, it is also, remember, it is also an unary operator. Unary operator, try to recall, it takes a single operand. So here again it is a unary operator. Asterisk is called value-add operator. Value-add. So, very simple. Asterisk, wherever you use asterisk, it gives a value. Alright, understand? Okay, now let's go ahead. One more thing I talked about when I talked about pointers. I told you, there is something called scaling factor. Extremely important. Half of understanding pointers is in here. The moment you understand scaling factor, that moment you will understand how pointer works. And of course, the translation, the manipulation, the pointer arithmetic, everywhere you will have an advantage if you understand scaling factor. I told you scaling factor means number of bytes the pointer reads or the number of byte pointer will skip during arithmetic. Alright? Now we'll get more of it, don't worry, later on, but remember this as we discuss. Alright. Well, the first example for this session, the first example that we take for this session will be an example where I will tell you how to access a variable in different ways. Alright. Accessing a variable in different ways. Let's have a look at it. Look at the example. What you find? There is a sort type pointer and a sort type variable we have taken. And by default, when I say sort, it will mean sort integer. Alright. Now, two declarations are there. One is a declaration, another is a declaration comma initialization. Sort star p is a pointer. As I told you that day, I said always read pointers from right to left. So p is a pointer of sort type. Then you have a variable x with a value 345. Then the third line says p equal to ampersand x. X gets the address of p. I'm sorry, the other way around. P gets the address of x, the variable. Now, look at how I am printing. In three different ways I am printing them. Printing the value of the variable. Directly I am printing x. Then look at the second statement. It says asterisk in bracket ampersand x. Translate them again. While translating, go from right to left. Only x will give you the value inside x, that is 345. Ampersand x, what it gives you? The address of x. And with that address, when you use an asterisk, asterisk will mean what? Value at that address. So ultimately you are getting that value only. This is another way of writing. Not that always I have to write this, I mean I don't need that, but this is a way of writing. And finally what you have is asterisk p. Okay, got it? Asterisk p gives you what? It gives you the value at p, value at where p is pointing. So p has the address there, address of the variable, so it will print the value for you. Okay, so now before we go deep into pointers, let's look at asterisk, because we will be using throughout. Ampersand we will be using just once, okay, but asterisk we will be using throughout a program. Okay, so let's be more familiar with asterisk as a what do you say, operator. Okay, look at this slide, look at the points. It is a value add operator, it says. Okay, and remember it's an unary operator. That simply means it will take only a single operand at a time. Okay, you call it the indirection operator, because why the word indirection? Try to understand. Because you are accessing the variable indirectly, not directly. How? Through the address. Okay, indirect reference or dereferencing when you use it. Okay, got this? Hope you are clear about this. Okay, well, now let's talk about the use. Let's be familiar with the uses so that we can go more deeper into pointers. Let's say I have a variable x and I have a pointer p. Okay, this is a pointer, x is a variable. Now, accessing a variable, printing its value, we have done that, just shown you a slide. So if p will point at x, assuming, I'll come to that example, assuming p will point at x, through p how can I access the value and change the value? X, through x directly we can do that, but through p how it can be done? Okay, let's have a look at this particular example. Look at that. We have the variable pointer variable p, then you have x. Okay, what I am trying to do in this example is I am trying to show you that through pointer how can I modify the value of the variable, not by directly accessing, because in the previous example we have done that. We have directly accessed the variable through pointer, we have accessed it. Access is okay, but how can I change the value? So here look at this example, p equal to ampersand x, the line below star p equal to 400. Star p translates to what? Value at where p is pointing. Now p right now is pointing at the variable x. So obviously when I say star p, it will be value at x, which will become 400. And when you print it using star p, value at that address, look at the printf statement. X value we are printing through p. Okay, when you say star p, we are doing this through dereferencing, of course. Okay, so when I say star p, it will print the value of x, value at where p is pointing. And look at that, the very next line, star p equal to star p plus 200. What it does? Value at p will be changed to plus 200. That means the value becomes 600. Got this? Clear? Now print the value. What it will print? The value will be printed as 600. Okay. So dereferencing and referencing. Referencing simply means addressing. Dereferencing means extracting the value from that address. So when I say x, okay, that in that example I had taken sort x. Okay, assuming these two declarations I have, star p. P is a pointer of sort type, x is a variable of sort type, and let's give a value to x, let's say 500. P equal to ampersand x. This is what we have done. Just to wind up by saying referencing and dereferencing means that, when I say x, I get the value of x. When I say ampersand x, what will I get? Address of x. isn't it? When I say x, I get the value of x. When I say ampersand x, I get the address of x. When I say p, what I get? The value of p. And what is the value inside p? If this is the line p equal to ampersand x, p has the address of x. Assuming this is the case, what will be there when I say p equal to what p contains? P contains the address. This will give me what? Address of x. Got this? And what happens if I say ampersand p? Remember, all the time remember, p is a variable, because in our definition itself, in the beginning, a pointer, so we said pointer is a variable. So obviously, p is a variable, it has its own address. It takes 4 bytes, 2 bytes, depending on the compiler, but it has its own address. Remember that. Got this? So, very simple. When I say ampersand p, it will give me the address of p, the pointer. Alright? Now, if I say asterisk p, what it gives you? What is the translation? Again, while translating, right to left, p gives you what? Address of x. Asterisk means what? Value at address of x. Got this? Whole example. Okay. Now, dereferencing and referencing, be very familiar with. Take up multiple examples, try to understand the example. Through those examples, you'll be more and more clear with referencing and dereferencing. Remember, sometimes what happens, we directly jump into advanced things in pointers, like we start looking at pointer to arrays, pointer to functions. Those all will come later. First, be very clear about referencing and dereferencing. Alright? So let's move to another example where we are talking about dereferencing. Look at the example. 3 variables of sort type we have, x, y and z, and 3 pointers p, q and r. Now look at what is happening. P gets the address of x, q the address of y, and r gets the address of z. Okay. Now when I am saying scanf, I am putting values into x and y. Okay. I am putting values into x and y, but through p and q, and carefully look at that scanf statement. Okay. I have in comment I have mentioned what the normal scanf statement should have been. It should have been 2%ds and address of x, comma address of y. Ampersand x, normal, we all are familiar with it, but we are doing the same thing through p, okay, and q, the 2 pointers. So scanf needs what? Scanf takes a value, reads a value from the standard input and puts it into the address of a variable. And that's the reason with a normal variable we have been using from day one. Since we learned scanf, we have been using an ampersand to give scanf the address of that variable, so that scanf can, after reading the value, scanf can put the value inside the location, at the location through that ampersand address of. Okay. So now look at the statement, scanf %d, comma p, comma q. So what happens? P and q holds what? They hold the address of x and y. So scanf gets the address through p, it gets the address of x, through q the address of y. So value goes into those 2 variables. That's why I have written on the right in the comment, I have written equals to ampersand x and ampersand y, p and q, same. Okay, but remember, this way it is faster because you are doing it through pointers. Now look at the next line. Value at r is equal to, value at r means what? R is pointing at which variable? Z. So whenever I say value at r, I mean z. So it's equivalent. I have written the line star r equal to star p plus star q. You can simply write z equal to x plus y. Got it? Clear about that line? That line is important. Please be careful about that line. Okay. So you understood this referencing and dereferencing. Okay. Try and practice with more examples about referencing and dereference. Okay. Finally, in this part, let's look at this referencing and dereferencing through another example here. Okay. For this example of mine, I take three variables here. Okay, look at these three variables. I take an integer variable num with a value, let's say 10. Okay, I take what is p? A pointer to an integer, and look at this. What is pp? pp is a pointer to a pointer. You know, here you will understand why I told you read it from right to left. pp is a pointer to another pointer of which type? Integer type. That's how you read pp. Got it? Now, what I do is this: p equal to ampersand num, pp equal to ampersand p. Okay, now understand this line. This line is easy. This line you have already understood. Understand. Now pp keeping the address of whom? P, which is an integer pointer. And remember we said pp is a pointer to another pointer of which type? Integer type. So pp keeps the address of an integer pointer. So p is an integer pointer and pp here keeps the address of p. Now let's do some quick translations. But before that, let me visually have the three variables in memory so that it becomes easy for us for translation. Let's say this is my num. The address is 1100 where num is located. I have p at an address, let's say 1250. Just imaginary addresses. Okay. Now num assuming has a value 10. Done. And you have pp, the second pointer at an address, let's say 1620. These three variables you have. I have this statement p equal to ampersand num. So what happens? P gets the address 1100. That is the address of whom? Num. Got it? pp equal to ampersand p. Absolutely alright, because you know we said that. We said pp is a pointer to another pointer of integer type. So p is a pointer of integer type. pp keeps the address of p. So pp will have an address that is the address of p, which is 1250. Got it? With this scenario, let's look at the translations. Okay? With num it is easy. Num you get what? The value 10, value inside. Ampersand num, what you get? The address 1100. Asterisk num allowed? No. We said that value at or asterisk, to the right of an asterisk there should always be an address, because this is the dereferencing. We are talking about dereferencing operator, and to reference means address. So dereferencing means what? Getting the value from the address. Alright. So asterisk, on the right of asterisk we should have a address, not a value. Remember, we say now we get 10. So what does that mean? Value at 10. Ambiguous, isn't it? So, but as we have discussed, asterisk, ampersand, num, this is allowed. You get 10. Same thing, no? Right to left, num gives you 10, ampersand num gives you 1100, asterisk of 1100, value at 1100 gives you 10. Allowed? Got it? Now let's do same things with p. P gives you what? The value inside p, that is the address of num. So you get 1100. Ampersand p, it is we are talking about the address of p itself, which is 1250. Asterisk p, value at p, p gives you what? 1100, no? The value at 1100 is how much? 10. Got it. Clear with these translations? Now, look at this. If I say asterisk ampersand p, what I get? Try to think of it for a second. P gives you what? 1100. Address of where 1100 is same, no? 1250. Address of p, no? So you get 1250. So this gives you 1250. Value at 1250. Value at 1250. What do you get? Address of P gives you what? Think of it. Address of P, asterisk ampersand P, I am saying, no? It is same as writing P, no? Asterisk ampersand P. Yes. So what do you get? P 1250 you get. Address of P you get 1250. Value at 1250 is 1100. So you get the same 1100. Clear with this? Okay. Now what if this? Guess it. Guess it. Value at 1100. How much you get? 10. Now what if I write this? Ampersand asterisk P. P gives you what? 1100. Value at 1100. 10. Address of this 1100 again. Isn't it? That's how the translation goes. So now go to the other one. PP gives you what? The value inside, that is 1250. Ampersand PP gives you 1620, the address of PP. Value at PP. Value at 1250 is how much? Value at PP means what? PP holds the address 1250. So value at 1250 is how much? 1100. This again is an address. Can I use another asterisk? Yes, I can. So now if I say double asterisk PP, what I get? Value at 1100. How much? 10. Got this? Some common translations. Friends, be careful while doing the translations, because translation is where most of the confusion arises, and most of the time the mistake is because of wrong translation. We do wrong translations. Alright, so be careful about that. So let's keep it here. This is the part where we talked about referencing and dereferencing. Next part of pointers, we talk about pointer types associated with variables, and of course something very important called void pointers. Till that time, please, if you are new to the channel, if you are watching this channel for the first time, please do subscribe, please like, please comment. Thank you, friends.